So this is my first video. I'm not ready yet. I'm not prepared. The lighting's not perfect. We're just in a dark room and I don't have a script, just a couple pointers. And that is the exact point that I'm trying to drive through here. So I want to talk through a couple of things today. Okay, so I want to talk about why I'm filming this right now. So for the longest time, I've always wanted to create a YouTube video and in a sense like to start a channel and properly create content. Consistently doing the volume that's needed to see success and to give value, right? To give value that I have inside my brain to the world, to put good content out there to help more people. And for the longest time, probably about 10 years, let's say, I've always procrastinated on it. I've always given myself reasons why I was not ready, that I didn't have the right knowledge yet, or I didn't have the right skills, or I don't look presentable, or that I just needed a better camera or a better mic and more research and better scripts. And the irony about this is that right now I run a content agency and I still feel this resistance. So I do see it with many founders and many entrepreneurs and just many people in general. Most have some sort of resistance to creating content. It's not something many people find too natural. They might find it natural to make content for other people, but when it comes to yourself, that's where you get too caught up yourself about all the different things, what people are going to say about you, what people think about you. Is this going to harm the business? Is this going to do good for the business? Am I going to get leads? I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to be embarrassed. There's 100 things that just block you mentally that makes it really cloudy for you to do it yourself, even though the steps are very simple. Literally get your phone, get a camera, put it in front of you, hit record and start speaking. It's not that hard, right? But of course, our brain makes it harder than we think it is. So actually last week I said I'll make my first YouTube video. The week before I said I'll make my first YouTube video. The week before that I said I'll make my first YouTube video. And now here we are. And finally I'm hitting record and I'm just starting and I just told myself, I already know the answer. I'm not going to be prepared. I'm not going to know every single, I'm not going to know exactly what I'm going to say. I might not have the perfect scripts. I might not have the perfect ICP and audience ready, or I might not have the perfect setting, but I realized that I would just wait for something else if I don't start now. And so that's why today I made a commitment to myself that I would just hit record, get this first video out there. I'm not going to edit it. Maybe I'll just remove some fillers and just get it there on the YouTube so that I give myself permission to start. I give myself permission to fail. I give myself permission to look stupid, right? But I think that the most important thing is just to get started so that you can start building momentum. And my plan from here on out is to basically create a video every single day, to iterate on that every single day. So I will see what I did the previous video and how I can make that better for the next one. And basically learn through iteration and have no expectations on where this is going to go. So back when I started content, I started short form content about a couple years back. Actually, I started short form content 10 years ago, let's put it that way. However, I took it seriously in terms of B2B content, maybe about 3 to 4 years ago. And yeah, I just remember all the excuses that I made. I need better equipment, I need to research more, I need a perfect topic, I need to know what my audience wants first, and all the personal struggles. And the thing is, these aren't reasons, these are just delays, and I did not want to give myself that reason to today anymore. And if this sounds like I hope that what I'm saying now might help you to just start. Just pick up the camera and start, because no one's going to see your first few videos anyways, especially if they suck, right? So yeah, the real translation of all those excuses and all the procrastination is I'm scared that I'm not going to be good enough. I'm scared to be embarrassed. I'm scared no one will watch. And that's fine. Just come to terms with it and just get your first video out. So I wanted this video to serve as an example of what I'm talking about, that you don't need to be perfect to start. The video doesn't need to be perfect either. This video definitely won't be perfect, right? But the moral of the story is that this video exists. You might be watching it right now, and just having this video out there makes it infinitely more valuable than it would have been if it did not get filmed, right? So yeah, the final takeaway is stop making excuses. Go ahead, give yourself permission to fail, make the content, look stupid, and there's never a perfect time to start. And the funny thing about content is that it reminds me of all my business struggles. Just for context, I've started 7 businesses. Many of them failed, so it was added to my business graveyard. However, one thing that I learned through all of that is like there's no perfect time to start a business usually, but you will, and you will never be prepared enough to start the business. However, once you do start, you will figure out what's wrong and you'll fix it. You'll figure out why people aren't buying, you'll figure out the problems with your product or service, you'll figure out all the little tips and tricks that help you and help your business to grow. And that's the exact same thing with content, right? You're just gonna start and you can't expect it to be perfect on day one. And it's not going to be. And having these unrealistic expectations is why most people are not even gonna start. So yeah, stop making excuses, start making content, and you can start to expect more videos from now on as well.